In the bustling heart of New York City, where the neon lights of Times Square clashed with the everyday grind of urban life, former President Donald Trump and his wife, Melania, decided on a whim to step into a modest KFC on a chilly autumn evening. It was one of those rare moments when the weight of the world seemed to lift from their shoulders, no cameras flashing, no aides whispering in their ears, just the two of them craving something simple and nostalgic. As the door swung open, the scent of fried chicken and biscuits enveloped them like a warm embrace from the past. Little did they know, this ordinary outing would unravel into a tapestry of human connection that would stun not just the patrons inside, but ripple far beyond those greasy walls. The restaurant was alive with the hum of ordinary Americans, families squeezing into booths, workers grabbing quick meals after long shifts, and a few lone souls nursing their thoughts over buckets of crispy tenders. Trump, dressed down in a casual jacket and cap, scanned the room with his signature confidence, while Melania, elegant even in jeans and a scarf, held his arm lightly. They approached the counter, where a young cashier named Maria stood, her eyes widening in disbelief. Maria was a 22-year-old immigrant from Mexico, working double shifts to support her ailing mother and younger siblings back home. She had seen Trump's face on TV countless times, debates, rallies, controversies, but never imagined he'd be ordering a family meal from her. "Can I take your order?" Maria stammered, her voice barely above a whisper. Trump flashed his famous grin. "We'll have the 12-piece bucket, extra crispy, with all the sides. And make it snappy, I'm starving." Melania added softly, "And a Diet Cola, please." As Maria punched in the order, her hands trembled. She had crossed the border years ago seeking the American dream, only to find it laced with hardships. Low wages, mounting bills, and the constant fear of deportation that lingered like a shadow. Tonight, though, something felt different. The line behind the Trumps grew, whispers spreading like wildfire. "Is that really him?" someone murmured. But Trump, ever the showman, turned to the crowd with a wave. "Folks, it's just chicken. Best in the world, right?" What happened next began as a small ripple. As they waited for their food, Melania noticed a family in the corner booth, a mother with 3 children, their clothes threadbare, sharing a single small meal. The youngest, a boy no older than 6, stared longingly at the menu board, his eyes wide with hunger. Melania's heart, shaped by her own journey from Slovenia to the spotlight, ached at the sight. She nudged her husband. "Donald, look." Trump followed her gaze, his expression shifting from jovial to thoughtful. He remembered his own roots, growing up in Queens, watching his father build a real estate empire from nothing. Success, he knew, wasn't just about deals, it was about lifting others up. Without a word, Trump approached the family. The mother, Elena, looked up startled, her face etched with exhaustion from juggling 2 jobs as a single parent. "Excuse me, ma'am," Trump said, his voice booming yet kind. "Mind if we join you for a minute?" Elena nodded hesitantly, her kids freezing mid-bite. Melania slid into the booth beside the children, her poise melting into genuine warmth. "What's your name, little one?" she asked the boy, who shyly replied, "Tommy." As they chatted, the story poured out. Elena's husband had passed away 2 years ago from cancer, leaving her to fend for the family in a city that swallowed dreams whole. She worked as a cleaner by day and a waitress by night, but ends barely met. The kids' school supplies were secondhand, and Tommy dreamed of playing soccer but couldn't afford the cleats. Trump listened intently, his usual bravado giving way to quiet empathy. "You know, I built a lot of things in my life, towers, businesses, even a wall or 2, he said with a chuckle. "But nothing compares to building a future for kids like yours." Elena's eyes filled with tears. She had voted against him once, swayed by headlines, but here he was, human and present. Then came the unexpected turn. As the conversation deepened, Trump pulled out his phone and called an old friend, a philanthropist who ran a foundation for underprivileged families. "Jim, I got a family here that needs a hand. Let's make it happen." Melania, meanwhile, engaged the children, sharing stories of her own childhood in a small town, where kindness from strangers had sparked her ambitions. But the stun factor escalated when Maria, overhearing from the counter, mustered the courage to approach. "Mr. President, I don't mean to interrupt, but your story reminds me of my own." She confessed her struggles. Sending money home for her mother's dialysis, studying online for a nursing degree between shifts, all while navigating the complexities of her visa status. Trump turned to her, his eyes sharp. "Maria, right? You've got fire in you. That's what America needs." In a moment of profound realization, he saw beyond politics. The immigrant dream wasn't a threat, it was the fuel that kept the nation thriving. Melania nodded, her own immigrant background mirroring Maria's. "We all start somewhere," she said softly. The emotional climax built as Trump, inspired by the raw humanity before him, decided on an act of profound generosity. He didn't just pay for the family's meal, he pledged to cover Tommy's soccer league fees for the year, Elena's rent for 6 months through his foundation contact, and even connected Maria with a scholarship program for aspiring nurses. "No strings attached," he insisted. "This is about people helping people." The restaurant fell silent as patrons watched, phones discreetly recording the scene. Elena hugged Melania, tears streaming. "Why us?" she whispered. Trump replied, "Because in this great country, anyone can walk into a KFC and find a miracle. It's not about me, it's about all of us." Word spread like wildfire. By the time they left, the story had gone viral on social media, hashtags like #TrumpKFCKindness trending nationwide. But the true transformation was quieter. Elena's family found renewed hope, Tommy scored his first goal weeks later, and Maria graduated nursing school debt-free, eventually caring for patients like her mother. Trump and Melania, driving away, reflected on the evening. "You know, Melania," he said, "sometimes the biggest deals are the ones that touch hearts." In the end, this tale reminds us that beneath the headlines and divisions, kindness bridges the widest gaps. Selflessness isn't grand gestures alone. It's seeing the humanity in a stranger and acting on it. In a world that often feels fractured, moments like these inspire hope, that even in a fast food joint, the power of compassion can stun everyone and heal a little piece of the soul. Let it be a call to all: look around, extend a hand, and watch the world change, one act at a time.